they'll need it.
No question about it. I mean, these are the situations where the value of having a deep bench really becomes apparent. And those reserves pick up some of the slack and give the starters a break. That really could prove to be the difference in the game.
And so it's Minnesota with it. Timberwolves on offense. It's a three-point game.
You know, Jeremy Lamb, what a nice stroke he has. I mean, says that in practice he makes about 350 shots a day. I wonder about these numbers sometimes, guys, quite honestly. But he does get some extra work in. Takes him about an hour and a half to get that many shots to go in.
What a play by Young. Out of that pick and roll, does a great job with his decision making.
And a wide open look for Lamb. And off target as he starts the game 0 for 1. And there's the call on John Collins. That's his first foul. First quarter, just over a minute played. Pass to Bridges. To the middle. Young taking his time here. Here is Harden. From deep three-point range. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
Yeah, the range of Harden deserves a lot of respect because his form is really almost perfect. He's never off balance when he shoots the three-point shot. He's always got his legs under it.
And really deep three that time. And that's now 6 points for De'Aaron Fox.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Lamb, good.
You know, wanting to develop his interior game, Jeremy Lamb, shots like this will help him be more assertive in that area.
Back to Young. Down low. Here's Harden. Second chance shot. And the layup is good. Harden's got 7 points.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
Outside, Davis. And Fox has it in the corner. Offline with his 3. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Davis. That's his first foul. Mavericks trailed by 3. And for the Dallas Mavericks last year, hard to get in transition when you can't cause turnovers.
Well, when you don't get steals and open court situations, it's hard to get easy buckets. But on the other side, they handled the ball well, didn't turn it over. Actually, fewest turnovers in the league. But I do think they have to become more disruptive defensively.
Now Fox. James Harden missing on the 3. Back to Fox. Pass to Winslow. Shot clock at 6. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Will not go. This is off the front iron. And so Young will bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Trailing by 5.
He's simply a machine at the offensive end. I wonder how far behind they'd be if he wasn't having this kind of quarter.
Now here's Davis. He's been a factor in their offense on most nights with his scoring average at nearly 16 points a game. And it's the Mavericks with the ball. And the Mavericks with possession here. Stolen by Collins. Young with the steal. One-on-one fast break. This one for 3. Harden, no good. And stolen by Harrell. From past the arc. And James Harden, good for 3. Harden's got 13 points.
I've got a word for Harden. It's indefatigable. Say that real fast. Which basically means he's tireless. Even when he's carrying the whole offense. He's got great energy and stamina.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
And there's the call on Montrezl Harrell. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Fox.
And, you know, it's awesome to see Harden giving his all on defense. That's been an area that he's needed to improve on. Really making an effort to stay with his guy. Boy, he's holding his team back. Really a hindrance. Can't make a thing. He's way off today.
And they're losing their concentration here, guys. Just sloppy with the ball. Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
And Davis puts it in.
And off to a strong start offensively. He's got a nice touch.
And Aaron Fox gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. There's 42 seconds left to play in the first quarter. The three from Harden. Who scores his sixth bucket from the floor with that one. He's shot the ball 11 times.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And, Greg, it's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
3 on 3. Offensive rebound, Mavericks. Pass to Young. Shot clock at 5. Here's Harden. No good on that one.
Now, that's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Textbook defense.
The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Mavericks lead by 4. We've got more in store for you right after this. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Mavericks.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
Clark, give us a little insider's look. Which players do you look at as gamers? You know, guys who are always ready to put out extra effort and go the extra mile.
Man, there's so many guys that fall into that category. Kevin, it's almost unfair to try to pull some names out, but you look at the way they play, guys like Russell Westbrook, Draymond Green, LeBron James. I think Kevin Durant is much that way. He gives great effort and energy to his craft. Steph Curry is a little different, but still provides that and plays with such an exuberance and joy. You know, Marcus Smart is a guy who I think does all the little intangible things that just have a way of making a positive impact on his team. So I don't have enough time to give you the full list, but those are a few of the guys that come to mind.
Yeah, great examples. Back to Fox. Pass to Davis. And Fox has it in the corner. Offensive rebound. And Davis throws it down.
Just so resourceful as a player. Davis gets the job done inside in all sorts of ways, and that's one of them right there, crashing the offensive glass, getting that second chance bucket.
Here's Caruso. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to go on to Aaron Fox.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials. Well, last season, the Wolves ended a 14-year playoff drought. It was the longest in the association. And they did it in dramatic fashion. A winner-take-all overtime victory in the Hey, watch out now. Watch out. And Harden, an absolutely vicious dunker. Terrific at bouncing towards the rim for the epic throwdown.
Back to O'Neal. Buries it from about 10 feet away.
Wow, I'm surprised he took that shot, but he has a huge size disadvantage in that matchup. But tremendous job to knock that one down.
Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in. And the basket by Harden. Timberwolves trail by 8. Pass to Rozier. Back to Chris. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Portis can't get it to go.
Boy, Kevin, he just clanked that one. I mean, surprising because the defense wasn't really in the picture.
Yeah, again, just a lackluster transition defense.
And 7 of the last 10 points, Greg, they've surrendered, have come off the fast break. So real easy to see what the problem is.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
Just killing it from deep. They've got to be all up in his jersey at all times. Give him even an inch, and you're just asking for him to drop another triple on you.
Pass to Robinson. With some arc. It's rebounded by Dallas.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Goes up. And the dunk by O'Neal.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
And Harden with the stuff.
Love when Harden uses that great leaping ability to finish with power.
Pass to Chris. And 6'10" forward Marquise Chris, the 8th overall pick in 2016 out of the University of Washington.
And you know, Kevin, it was almost like he took a step back in year 2. The guy's an athletic pogo stick, but you're going to need more than just size and leaping ability if you want to succeed in this league.
And it's slammed in by Bridges.
Oh, power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could.
We've seen those kinds of plays get them going in the past.
Another one. Man, he's just gotten into a great rhythm out there.
And I tell you what, Greg, once he finds that rhythm, he's hard to guard. Shots come easy for him.
Pass to O'Neal. To the inside. It's stolen by Jones. And it's denied. And they'll keep possession. And there's a whistle. That goes on Terry Rozier. That's his first foul. Minnesota on D. Harden takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Grant outside. That 3 off the mark. Dallas leading by 11. Here's Harden. Count it. Good. Harden's got 32 points in the game.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
Back to Grant. Shot to stop the run. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game. Outside, Lynn. Three-pointer on the way. It's good. The assist that time from Harden.
And the lead should be safe if they can keep shooting the basketball like this.
Yeah, they're cracking. Absolutely cracking and looking to pad that lead.
And Clark, the Dallas Mavericks, it used to be that you could count on them being in the playoffs almost every single season.
Yeah, that was the case right before these last 2 years. I mean, they made the postseason 15 out of 16 times prior to that. Proud ownership, consistent ownership, outstanding coaching. It won't be long before they're really good again.
Inside. And Jones shoots it in.
Hey, we know Harden can score, but he also has great vision.
Minnesota shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws. And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
And maybe cause some foul trouble along the way as well. And we know what that can do. It pays off typically in good fashion for you.
Here's Lynn. Kicks it out to Harden. Nailed from three-point land. Harden's got 35 in the game.
Love the speed with which Harden gets his shot off. Timing his release beautifully off the pass. Nice stuff.
Pass to Collins. Down low. Davis with it. Defended by Jones. Bridges with it. From deep. And it's Lynn with the rebound. Now Harden can't hit from in close. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. They've excelled in the open court. Their transition game has allowed them to build this healthy lead. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Young with the ball. Picked up by Davis. Back to Young. Pass to Harden. Young outside. Trying to find Harden, and he's got it now. Fades and shoots. He can't get that one to fall. And Minnesota now the other way. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Here's Young. Good on the shot. Young's got the first points to start out the third quarter for the Mavs.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
And when you watch Collins play, Greg, you just can't help but notice how athletic he is going to the rim.
Man, his hang time and ability to throw it down make him an ideal finisher inside. Very efficient because he's not only a strong finisher, but also enjoys attacking the rim. And does a great job, I think, of picking up misses, just being a pest for the defense.
And it's Justice Winslow with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. And the jam by Harden.
Well, I like the understated focus that Harden brings to the table. Despite getting knocked around, his concentration allows him to play through the bumps. You know, James Harden, the leading isolation scorer in the league for the last 3 years plus. He's taken it to a whole new level, almost 12 points a game in isolation in 2018. And his efficiency, the best in the game, is off the charts.
And it's interesting, isn't it? Isolation, one-on-one basketball has lost favor league-wide, but Harden flips that logic on its head.
Yeah, it can still be a little frustrating to watch at times, Kevin, but it reminds me a bit of the way that Steph Curry changed the definition of a good shot, his deep range and marksmanship from long distance. Now more and more players are shooting it from that deep. Harden is changing the definition of a good possession because he's just so talented at making the toughest shots look easy.
Dallas, no good that time either. Timberwolves trailed by 21. And now here comes Collins leading the break.
Really sweet passing from Fox. He's a reliable floor general and has great vision on the court.
He rifled that one in from distance.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
It's Harden with the drive. Pass to Young. No good on that one.
Just testing out the cannon. on that misfire.
That certainly was a deep one. I mean, maybe move in a little bit next time. There's no such thing as a 4-point line.
How about the vision from the crafty little guard? Young excels at realizing when his guys have clean looks.
Looking to end his cold spell. Fox, no good.
Obviously, I mean, it would go a long way if he's making his shots. Right now, they're behind, and they certainly could use his help.
To the inside. And finished off by Collins.
You've got to be on exactly the same page to connect on that long of an alley-oop.
And even then, it's a tough play.
I tell you what, guys, the pass and catch, both next to impossible.
A lot of coaches out there, Clark, wear their emotions very prominently on their sleeve. Others take the calm, cool approach as a player. Was there a particular style that you preferred?
Yeah, my preference was cool, calm, be direct, be firm, but not necessarily overly emotional. And in my short stint with the Pacers, Jack McKinney was more of the cool and calm approach. He was excitable, but a little bit even-keeled. George was a little more emotional, but still, I enjoyed playing for both of them because I think I was clear in that they were trying to get the best out of me and the best out of the team.
Good way to look at it. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Mavericks leading by 23. Here's Caruso. Chris with the rebound.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that. They're going to need to be patient to do so.
Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Nice ball movement by Minnesota. It's up a 3. 6 to shoot. Pass to O'Neal. It's up a 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. O'Neal's got 7 points.
Always got to patrol the three-point line. When you don't, you suffer the consequences.
And those aren't the type of three-point. Opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
You're exactly right. I mean, those come back to bite you every time, just like it's biting them now.
Minnesota calls timeout. And James Harden was crowned MVP after last season. Greg, hard to argue with that selection.
Harden has had a case to win an MVP award for several years now. Finally was able to be the clear choice this past season. Another great line on what is shaping up to be a Hall-worthy resume.
To the left wing. Pass to Rozier. Back to Chris. Shot from 16. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. Basket counts. Harden's got 42 in the game.
No, it's scary because he's just been a matchup nightmare in this game. He's eaten up anybody they've thrown at him.
There's 57 seconds left in the third. Chris. Another miss by Minnesota. Harden's shot is good. Harden's got 9 points here in the second half.
Yeah, and he's connecting on a lot of his shots here, shooting a high percentage from the field, really giving his team a boost.
They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
And guys, shot A comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operation.
Tell you, that is not what they want. A contested jump shot, the defense right on it. You need to get a better shot than that.
The Timberwolves shot 3 of 6 at the foul line. Free throw good. Portis. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. They are enjoying the commanding lead.
And it really gives them the opportunity to give their starters a rest. Always critical when you get ready for that home stretch.
Back to Harden. That one misses. Great D that time from Portis. Here's Chris. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Great.
The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. It's Dallas opening up a huge gap. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And with the 4th quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Pass to Lamb. Left side, Davis. They swipe it. Here's Giles. Covered by Lamb. And he gets the bucket. Giles has got the 4th quarter started here with a bucket for the man. All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for Dallas.
Boom! That's how you attack.
Oh, man. Tremendous speed on the drive. Harden is consistent in attacking the basket.
You know, there's always this debate, Clark. Could the best teams 20 years ago beat the best teams of today?
I think there would be some compelling matchups, and I think you would find winners on both sides from different eras. I really do. It's hard to compare just because of the difference in eras and periods, but really good championship teams typically could handle most teams in the current era. I believe that in all sports. So compelling matchups, and I do think some teams from a couple of decades ago could handle some of the teams that we see winning championships now.
Quick shot there, and it's off target.
Well, I think the defense got really lucky there. I mean, you can't afford to give up wide open shots from deep.
And here we go. Harden heading to the hoop. Anthony Davis grabs the miss. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the 4th quarter. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8. Pass to Young. Harden outside. Back to Young. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Another steal. And it's Justice Winslow with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
Not his best moment. Obviously, no one on their team's happy right now, but you shouldn't be taking that frustration out on your opponent with a poor foul. It's basically been all him. I mean, he scored most of the points himself.
And the Timberwolves call time. And some other contenders, Clark in the West, are faltering. The window now seems to be opening wider for the Timberwolves as they march down this playoff road.
Yeah, they're closing in on it, Kevin. The window is a little wider, but you've got to walk through it, and right now they're still 2nd tier.
So both teams changing it up here. Grant. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Here's Davis. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And with everything that Anthony Davis does on offense, it's just mind-boggling. His scoring inside and out, the percentages, he does it all. He is undoubtedly one of the best big men in the league, and many would argue he is the best in the NBA.
Caruso, no good.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Yeah, you know, they're hustling and giving a good effort, that's for sure, but unfortunately, the execution has been lacking.
And that 4th foul, guys, might force him to scale back the aggression from a defensive standpoint. He does not need, nor does the team need, number 5.
Pass to Harden. Fires from 18.
And, you know, when Lamb plays with effort on this end, he makes an impact.
Caruso, no good. And with Anthony Davis, the stat lines, Greg, he can post on any given night are just absurd.
Really, Davis still strong defensively, but he really impacts every facet of the game. One of the rare players who can carry a team on both ends of the floor. There just aren't many great players that can lead a team to a championship, but I think Davis is of that mold.
They grabbed their own miss and finished off by Davis.
And all of a sudden, things finally coming together for them. The deficit's still large, but now not insurmountable.
And, Greg, that kind of deficit, I think they're going about it the right way. I mean, they've got to get aggressive on defense. They need stops. And then you got to take care of the basketball at the other end so you get a good shot every trip.
The three from Harden.
Boy, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Lets it go with the three. Davis with the bucket. Davis has got 9 points now in the quarter.
And you know what? It's important for big men to be able to shoot from deep in today's game. And shot selection important. Good shot selection there.
Pass to Lamb. Three-pointer. The shot missing. And it's Dallas the other way. The three from Harden. Here's Minnesota. This run now up to 13-2. And they double up Davis. Back to Fox. Pass to Winslow. Now Davis. Over in the corner, Lamb. Hits it from three-point range.
You know, this is an area of his game that he's honing. Lamb knows he has to connect more from outside to help his all-around game.
To the inside. Stolen by Collins. And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
And the Timberwolves call time. They're behind by 13. 1:15 left in the fourth quarter of this one. .115 left in the fourth quarter. Back to Fox. Over in the corner, Lamb. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for the Mavericks.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And every win important, and this one will go down as win number 3.
And you always like to jump on your opponent early in a season series. This is just the first of 3 between these two teams, but a good win to go up 1-0 on the year against Minnesota.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for James Harden.
And you know what stood out to me, Kevin, was his confidence. I mean, he was taking a lot of good shots and knocking them all down.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Davis. That'll be his second foul of the game. Pass to Young. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. A